the third part of this heredity chapter, that is the sex determination in the human beings. In the human beings, we have already known that there are 46 chromosomes. The 44 chromosomes are autosomes and one chromosome is a sex chromosome. So human beings in total, they are having 23 pair of chromosomes in the nucleus of cell. 22 pair of the autosomes, that is similar in males and the females, but one chromosome is different, and that chromosome is called as the sex chromosome. The female has two X chromosomes and they are having the genetic constitution of the sex chromosome is XX, and male has one X and one Y chromosome, and the genetic constitution of the sex chromosome is XY. So what happens that whenever the gametes they are formed in the male, some sperms will have X chromosome and some sperms will have Y chromosome. But in the case of the female, because the sex chromosome has both the XX, so all the eggs will have X chromosome only. So the process by which the sex of the person is determined is called sex determination. And what is the mechanism on which the sex determination will depend? The sex of the child will depend upon what happens at the time of fertilization. If a sperm carrying X chromosome, because sperm can carry X chromosome or sperm can carry Y chromosome, but in the case of the all the eggs of the female will carry the X chromosome because the sex chromosome has XX genetic constitution. So if a sperm carrying X chromosome fertilizes an ovum which carries X chromosome, then the child born will be girl. This is because the child will have XX combination of sex chromosome. Secondly, what will be the second probability? If a sperm carrying Y chromosome fertilizes an ovum which carries X chromosome, then the child will be a boy. This is because the child will have XY combination of the sex chromosome. So there is a 50% probability of a male child and 50% probability of the sex determination. The father plays the role in the sex determination because the sperms which are produced in the case of the male, that is having the two genetic constitution. If the father contributes the X chromosome at the fertilization through his sperm, the baby born will be girl. On the other hand, if the father contributes a Y chromosome at the fertilization, then the baby born will be a boy. Thus, the father is responsible for the sex of the baby which is born. But in the case of the mother contributes X sex chromosome because both the X, that is having the X chromosome. So it is the father role in the sex determination rather than the mother. And the males, they are heterogametic because the two gametes which are formed in the case of the male, that will be having different genetic constitution. One gamete will have X chromosome, that is one sperm will have X chromosome and one sperm will have Y chromosome. But in the case of the female, both the gametes or both the ovum which are produced, they will be have the same genetic constitution, that is both of them, they will be having the X chromosome. Here we will study the flow chart for the sex determination in the human beings. So the father genetic constitution of the sex chromosome will be XY and the mother sex chromosome will have the genetic constitution of XX. As the human beings, they are having the 23 pair of chromosome. Only difference is in the sex chromosome. The father is having XY and mother is having XX. So in the gametes, the one gamete will have the X chromosome in the father and the second gamete will have the Y chromosome. While in the case of the mother, both the gametes will be having the X chromosome only. So when the X chromosome of the father combined with the X chromosome of the mother, we are giving rise to the genetic constitution of XX. That means the child will be the female. But when the Y chromosome of the father will combine with the X chromosome of the mother, the child will be the male. and when the Y chromosome of the father will combine with the X chromosome of the mother, the child will be male, and when the Y chromosome of the father will combine with the X chromosome of the mother, the child will be male. So there will be 50% probability of the female child and 50% probability of the male child. Now we have completed the three parts of the heredity topic, in which we first of all we have studied about the heredity and variation, and how the accumulation of the variation resulting in the formation of the new species, and that will be giving the organism a better chance of survival. Then we comes to the second part of the heredity topic, that is called Mendelism, in which we have studied the different, first of all, different terms which are related to the monohybrid and the dihybrid cross. Then we have studied the inheritance of one contrasting character at a one time in the monohybrid cross, and we have formulated the law of segregation. And then we have studied the dihybrid cross, in which we have studied the inheritance of two contrasting characters, and then we have derived the law of independent assortment. And in the third part of the heredity topic, we have studied the mechanism of sex determination in the human beings. So based on that, there are some assignment questions which you have to answer after reading the question very carefully, and hope you will be able to answer all the assignment questions. Thank you.